Big up everyone. What is happening? We are the Fellowship of the Realists and we are back with another weekend roundup. Just as we went live last time into the studio last minute. Big up Les. Big up
Yo,
guys.
what up, man? Big up. Vidge, Prophet, King. What up, man? Them. Big up,
Big up guys. How are we all doing?
bro. I'm, I'm tired. I'm tired, bro. But I'm here, man. I'm here.
I hear it man. I hear it man. I hear it. Big up to the
I'm
people in the
terrible.
chat.
My neck's hurting, but we're here. I can't move. So
Oh,
let's see up for a week.
Nekaweke.
Yeah, man.
Nekaweke, bro. Nekaweke settings. Okay.
Man. Bitch,
It
how
was
about
hurting me
yourself?
during the final as well. The final, it was hurting during the women's sevens. Like last couple of days, it's been not good. But
King. You might need to see it. Get an adjustment, bro. Cause
yeah, I
that's
might.
no joke. That's no joking matter right there, bro.
Mm.
Mm. Yeah, I hear it guys. I hear it. Back with another weekend roundup. Big up to everyone in the chat. Big up Natasha man. Big up yourself. I'll have a look at that. I'll have to look at that later on, but thank you for letting me know. Yeah, crazy, man. Um, I hear it. I hear it, guys. Yeah, I'll check all this out later, Natasha, man. I will, but thank you for letting me know. Big up AJ in the building. Big up yourself, AJ. Hope you're doing well, brother. Appreciate you, man. Big up, man. Big up Danchum. Hope you're doing well as well, man. Man says Dortmund.
Yeah, that's my German team, man. Big up Dortmund, the yellow wall and that.
I hear it. But guys, appreciate it as always, man. Appreciate it as always. You know what? There's two areas we could start here. We could start with the Liverpool news that broke yesterday, or we could start with the final. I'm easy
I
either way.
don't fucking care. I really don't fucking care.
All right, I guess
Like,
we'll
start wherever you want. I don't fucking care. I
All right.
really don't.
All right. Guess we'll start with the slot news then. So it actually happened. It actually went and happened, man. Liverpool finally pulled the plug on slot yesterday afternoon. I was surprised to say the least on it. I didn't expect it. I did not. Big up, huge. Hope you're doing well, man. Big up yourself, man. Bless up, huge. I was surprised, but I'll leave my thoughts till the end. King, did you see the news? Well, obviously you did, but how did you feel?
Yeah, man. R.I.P. Slot. Man, gone but not forgotten. Well, Liverpool are a disgraceful club. A manager that wins a title, they get rid of him. They're meant to be the real club. I'm saying the honest club. You live and walk alone, but Slotty's walking all the way to Holland alone. It was a sad day, man. It was a sad day. No, in all honesty, it's a little too late. It's a little too late because for me, it shouldn't take this long for him to get to get fired. He didn't do a good job in the second season. Now, as a Chelsea fan, I'm a bit kind of biased when it comes to managers. We get rid of managers for less. We haven't done a manager that won us a Premier League that quickly. Actually, no, we have. But my thing is this. Normally, when it comes to managers that have won a league title for my club, when they've left, I've been annoyed about it for the most part. Mourinho, the first time and the second time for me, didn't deserve what he got. Ancelotti, for me, didn't deserve what he got. Even Conte didn't deserve what he got in terms of, I think at those times, when it came to managers that have won me titles, I think they deserve to have a bit more time. Now, I think Slot should have maybe been given more time. But at the same time, I understand why Liverpool fans were hating on him because of some of the quotes that he said, some of the things that he did. I think if he never had such a big mouth and was so disrespectful to Klopp, to the club, to the fans, and was a bit more kind of less honest and less Dutch about the way he kind of talked about things, I reckon he would have been someone that would have been given an extra year because normally Liverpool fans are kind of fans that want someone to take their time, especially considering what he did in the first season. But because I feel like he is everything, he's the the polar opposite of what you want a Liverpool manager to be. That's why I think it didn't work, and I think in the long run, it made sense why they let him go, because he lost the fans. There was petitions. They were booing at the stadium in the final game as well. So I think, like, in terms of the ownership always try and do enough to not piss off the fans, because they know what the fans can do. The Liverpool fans, when they're at force, can get rid of an ownership. They've done it with the last one with Gillette and them, man. So FSG know that they always have to keep them on a good level, and I think keeping Slot for another year would have not worked. I think it would have got more toxic, similar to like the Wenger in and out times at Arsenal if they kept him on longer. Do I think it was too late? Yes, because I think Xabi Alonso would have been the perfect type of manager for Liverpool, especially when it comes to passion, when it comes to former player. He understands the club. He's been there winning a Champions League with them. So for me, in terms of that sense, losing out on Xabi Alonso was a mistake. It's looking like it's going to be Areola. Now, this is going to be a big step up for him. And we've known managers from the Triple Bs, Brighton, Bournemouth and Brentford, when they make that step up, a lot of them fail. Graham Potter failed. Thomas Frank failed. So when they're from the comfort zone of the Triple Bs, where you have the less pressure, less things on the line, top tier recruitment, is he going to be able to deal with the pressure that Liverpool fans are going to put him under? Is he going to deal with the big egos and the big names? Is he going to be able to kind of build a system to get the best out of Isaac and Wirtz and the players alike? And are the club going to listen to him enough in order to bring in the type of players he wants in order to build his system? Because at Bournemouth, you can do all of that. You can get that power. They're very accommodating for managers. But when you get to the big club, you can't afford to have a couple bad games in a row. You can't afford to draw a couple games, lose a couple games. You can't afford to have bad performances. You can't afford to have wasted time. Liverpool want to win a title again. So for me, I think it's very interesting that of the manager that they picked, because I don't think Areola is that Liverpool type manager in the terms of outwards in terms of, he doesn't seem very charismatic. He doesn't seem like the kind of guy that's going to be over the top, similar to what Klopp was. I don't think he plays rock star football that Salah was talking about. He doesn't play that style. So is that going to translate to the fans? Are they going to give him the time needed in order to build his team? We will see. But yeah, it's a very delicate situation at Liverpool right now. They lost out on the real kind of one they probably wanted, and we'll see if Areola is the man for the job. Me personally, I think you should have waited till after World Cup and maybe tried to convince Nagelsmann, because I think Nagelsmann is the style of football that you want to play at Liverpool. But we'll see what comes next. We'll see.
I hear that, bro. I completely hear that. For me, I was asleep. Rasta was the one who woke me up with this news. He rang me and he said, "You got to go live. Slot's been sacked," and that. So I was like, "Okay, cool." I went onto Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and there it is. I didn't think it would happen personally. I personally thought that this when we let Alonso go Chelsea, that was kind of an indication to me that maybe the club were going to give Slot a chance to turn this around. The signs were all saying that. The journals were all saying it. The vibe around the club was that he was going to get another year. But obviously, with the booing that happened in the Chelsea game, the booing against Villa, Salah's post after the Villa game as well, I think all these things combined together, have forced the club's hand here. And honestly, he had to go. I don't hold no ill intent towards Arne Slot. I wish him well wherever he goes next in his next managerial adventure. It's a shame because we all wanted it to work out at the end of the day. He had an amazing first season. We all thought we were going to build a second season, and for whatever reason, it just fell apart this season. It's just gotten really, really bad. So he had to go. I agree, but I don't hold no ill intent towards him. I think over time, we'll probably become a little bit more lenient towards this season. And when we think about Arne Slot in 2-3 years time, when we sit here and talk about it, I think we'll remember that first season when he came in. No one gave him a chance and he won that league after Klopp. I think that's what ultimately we'll remember Arne Slot with. I think this second season, as time goes on, will kind of be forgotten about. But he had to go, and I'm glad the club pulled the trigger on him. I've got to big up the fans as well, because all the fans who have been online, who have been in the ground, voicing their frustration. Thank you, because I really don't think this could have been possible without all them efforts. I really don't. I feel you forced the club to listen with the boos, with the protests online, certain YouTubers calling it out. I think they forced the club's hand, and FSG obviously saw it. They would have seen the toxicity levels, and they thought, from a business perspective, it's not going to be a good thing because it will get toxic. And then if we take him into next year, we're in a bad position in the league and we have to get rid of him. And we sat mid-table. It's going to be our heads as well that are called for. So I'm glad for sure. What doesn't make sense to me is why we let Alonso go to Chelsea now. If we were going to sack him, why would you let Alonso go? Why not tell Alonso, wait till January, not January, the summer. We're going to get rid of Slot and then we'll bring you in. So that's a bit odd. But nonetheless, the important thing is that Slot's gone. Iraola looks like the standout favourite. I think there's pros to it and I think there's cons to it. I can't lie. I do. I think he plays a good style of football. He only can lose his best players and still have Bournemouth competitive. That will definitely appeal to FSG. But I also think there's negatives, like King said. I feel, he hasn't done it at a big club. It's a big step up going from Bournemouth to Liverpool. So there's definitely pros to it and there's definitely negatives to it. So if he's the one, I'll back him and I'll back him to succeed. But I do think it's a risk, but we'll just have to see how it works. Natasha says I wanted Nagelsmann as well. So did I, but we don't always get what we want doing Natasha. Alonso did not want to go out of a job for too long. I think Alonso will do well at Chelsea. So do I. I do as well. AJ Prophet, I'm allowed to give my opinion. If it goes wrong, you'll be the club that gets Inzaghi when it goes back to Europe. I don't want Inzaghi, to be fair, man. I think he's a bit washed, I can't lie. The guy lost 5-0 to PSG in a Champions League final, so... Plus, he doesn't fit Liverpool either, let's be honest, from emotional perspective and a stylistic perspective. He wouldn't be a good fit for Liverpool, I can't lie. So, I don't think we will, AJ. I think if there's a club who's going to get Inzaghi, I think it will be probably Manchester United, which is David Moyes all over again. We'll have to wait and see, Lewis, on that. We'll have to wait and see. Big up, Clive, man. Hope you're doing well. You could say that, Night Tompkins. Yeah, you could say that. Rasta, Vidge, do you have any thoughts on the honest lot news or not?
I'm not surprised, but I am surprised how long it took. So I thought this would happen months ago, as you've heard me, I've been saying to you for a while.
Yeah.
I just think it's shameful by your board to allow Alonso, who was basically begging for the job, to go straight to Chelsea.
Yeah.
It's poor by them, and from what you told me, it's due to some personal issue. So they're not thinking what was best for the club or was best for their ego, really, wasn't it? Because if you turned him down and they held that against him in the past because he wanted to stay where he was, well, that's stupid because it just made more sense that he was learning his craft more. So surely you would want someone a bit more experienced coming into the job. So I personally don't know why they held that against him.
I hear that.
Now, Iraola is an interesting decision and how quick it was done. Because I think there should have been I actually agree pretty much with what King said. But have a short list drawn up and actually interview a few people. Don't just jump straight on Iraola.
Yeah.
Just because he hinted once that he was interested in the Liverpool job doesn't mean you just jump straight to it.
Spot on, man. AJ.
Because what if you end up in a situation like the season just gone, stuck with a manager in poor run of form, things are going against him, and he just can't turn it around? It could easily happen again.
Definitely, it's definitely a risk, bro, like you said there. Do you guys? Sorry, AJ says, Prophet, since you're getting Iraola, do you think you guys steal his old centre back that was met? Nah, AJ, that's been given to here we go. Unfortunately, Senesi, I think you're on about. So yeah, that's not happening. It's been given to here we go to Tottenham. So unfortunately, we're probably a bit too late on that one. Honestly, there's a couple of reasons why I think we might not have gone for Alonso. The one you just said there, Vidge, that I told you about, FSG holding a bit of a grudge. I also do feel that maybe they looked at it from a stylistic perspective from the emotional point of view, the connection point of view, Alonso would fit being an ex-player. But I feel maybe they looked at the three at the back thing and thought, okay, that's a bit too much of a difference to what we were doing under Klopp. Looks like the club want to go back to that 4-2-3 high-pressing brand of football. And maybe they felt with Alonso's three at the back system, it wouldn't have been a good fit stylistically, which is maybe why now they're looking at Iraola, because they think stylistically he might be able to bring that. So it could have been a couple reasons. It could have been an ego issue, a bit of saltiness from him not coming last time, or they could have purely looked at it and thought, from a stylistic perspective, Alonso maybe doesn't fit Liverpool as well as Iriola would. So I personally would have risked it. I would have gone 3 at the back. I would have changed it up because I think Alonso was the guy, but looks like we've missed out on that one now. So,
or is it a financial thing? Because when did his contract? Like when it would have officially been 1 year left. When would that date had actually been?
It would have been in June. That would have been. It would have ended June 2027.
So, yeah. So the 1 year mark would have been obviously tomorrow or something. So I wonder if it's down to financial, to just shorten down the amount they would have had to pay him out. Oh, it's frozen. Wait, what?
Sorry, guys. I just froze there for a minute. My bad. Apologies.
Did you hear what I said, Prophet?
Say that again, please, but I just lagged out for a minute.
What if it's a financial thing that they were just waiting until he was down to the final year of his contract, less payout?
That's that could have been a thing they were trying to do as well. Yeah, rather than just sacking him and having to pay him the severance fee, whatever you call it. Maybe they were thinking, let's get into the last year so we can just bin him off after that when his contract. Exactly. It's a cheap way of thinking, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was the case. Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me because when you're out of all the competitions, really, they could have looked at it that way and gone, well, let's just hold on to him till the end of the season, then get rid.
Yeah, spot on, man. Spot on. So they got rid of him in the end, which I will give them credit for. But again, you guys are right. It should have happened sooner. I would have gotten rid of him in November time, personally. When it
if they had acted then, you could have maybe potentially won the FA Cup at least a season. You know what I mean? Had a good cup run.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
Or done more in the champs as well.
Mm-hmm. Spot on, man. But Rasta, if you're there, man, how do you feel about what was your? We spoke about it earlier, didn't we, on the stream with each other? But how do you feel about the slot?
Honestly, bro, me personally, as your main rifle, I ain't happy. But as Vidge called it months ago, Vidge was one of the first person to say, "No, he's getting sacked." There's no ifs, ands, but, or maybe he's getting sacked. And even when I heard news about for seasonal review, I'm like, yeah, he's getting sacked. From any club mentioning seasonal review, bro, something is going on backstage, and they probably told him weeks ahead of time, blah 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 blah. But honestly, bro, let's agree. No more Dutch managers should come to the Premier League because
anyway.
You, for me personally, bro, we beat you twice this season. Yes, I'm glad that we beat you. Is that how I want to beat you? No, I want to beat you at your very best. And to be fair, y'all was not at y'all very best. To be fair, you feel me? I wanted y'all to be at y'all very best, and we didn't beat you at your very best. But me. It is what it is, man. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, it is. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not really surprised because he was bound to get sacked. So, Iriola now, he gonna have he gonna have a lot to do, bro. Because it's not like the Cherries, bro. Feel me? The Cherries they're gonna give you time because the main goal is for him to keep that club in the Premier League, and he kept them in the Premier League. With Liverpool, you need to win. You need to win and deliver trophies. You get me? So,
yeah.
So, bro, it's long, innit? It's long, innit?
Definitely, man.
It's long.
So, if I ask you guys, then this is a bit of a peculiar question, but obviously, as rival fans, yeah. If you were to summarize Slot's time at Liverpool from his first year to his second year, how would you summarize it?
Poor. Quite a hell of a fall off. To be blunt about it, like a hell of a fall off, really poor.
Profits into Chiriola. Which players do you think you are most likely to buy? I can't give you names, AJ, but I can give you positions. So we're probably going to go back to 4-2-3. So a couple of wingers, a centre back with Kanate going, and a DM. I think that's what I'd say, AJ. I'd have to research on some names though, but those are the positions I can give you: some wingers, a DM, and a centre back. How about yourself, King?
A couple words. 20 times and let down by ownership. Me personally, this is for me. The owners and the club didn't sign the players needed in order for you to be successful back-to-back seasons. Money isn't the reason why you're successful. It's how you spend the money, and it's about building a squad that can compete. Didn't get the defender he needed, Mark Guehi, let him go in the January transfer window. Let him go to City. Let Trent go for free. Now I'm letting Kanate go for free. Overpaid Salah and Van Dijk. Didn't get rid of Salah the first time he talked nonsense in Christmas time. I think if a player talks like that on an interview, he should be sold then and there. Didn't replace Luis Diaz. That was another mistake that was made by the board and the transfer people. So I think Slot first year was successful, won 20 times. Second year he was let down by the people above him more than anything. As much as we can say his tactics and stuff like that, he wasn't given all the tools to succeed. So for me, I think considering what happened in that second season to finish where he finished, yeah, did he get lucky? True. But I think he wasn't given all the tools to succeed. The fact that you went the whole season with only 3 fit centre-backs, one of them being Twerkafon Gomez, who twerked it for Mitoma, the other being Van Twerker, who's been twerking all season and being paid 400k just to be back doing an aura defending, backing it up on shorties and that. Like, and Konate, who's half the season Hala Madrid was his head was in Madrid, and the other half of the season he's thinking about, am I staying or am I going? And he was terrible as well. So you had 3 centre backs that were trashing for most of the season, and you didn't improve your left wing. You had Gakpo, and even though they had the Dutch connection, it wasn't good enough. So for me, I think it's wasted potential, because I think Arne Slot with the right tools could have maybe had a successful second season, because it wouldn't have taken a lot to win the title this year. It wouldn't have. But your board yet again let you down, and spending 500 million doesn't mean anything if you're spending it on guys that don't fit the system that Arne Slot is trying to play, or not bringing in everything that he needed in order to succeed, not replacing Luis Diaz, not getting the centre backs needed, and not doing anything in January as well. So for me, I think it's just wasted potential, honestly. And I think that's going to be a big problem that Areola is going to have to deal with as well. A lot of players are leaving this summer, so it's going to take a lot to rebuild the squad. Robertson's gone, Kanate is going. You've got barely any defenders. You've got barely, like, the injuries and stuff like that. Van Dijk's getting past his sell by date. So yeah, man, it's going to be a long season for Areola.
Fair enough, man. Rasta, what about you?
Yeah, I agree with King, bro. Bro, your club is going through open heart surgery right now. And Van Disney, past his prime, he's finished. He cost y'all crucial points. Do you know what I mean? And the fact that Salah is leaving, that's another leader. Robbo went to Tottenham, that's another leader. And Kanate, he did a trend thing, left on a free. So if Iriola is gonna go in there, bro, Liverpool is gonna have to open a checkbook again and spend. Well, do I think you guys are gonna spend a lot of money again? No. Y'all spend a lot of money on Isak, Florian Wirtz, Frimpong, and I felt like y'all should have kept Luis Diaz. Y'all should have never sold Luis Diaz. That was a mistake getting rid of him. Should have just paid him the money he wanted. And I feel like with Luis Diaz, that was a missing piece for y'all, because what I see Luis Diaz did at FC Bayern, I'm like, yo, imagine if he was at Liverpool, man. Oh God, bro. We wouldn't even beat Liverpool twice if
Yeah,
Luis Diaz was still in that team.
we didn't see that Diaz at Liverpool, though, man. He's a different one at Bayern.
Bro, I don't know what y'all did to him, bro, but what I see him doing at FC Bayern, and yeah, people may want to laugh and say, "Oh, FC Bayern is a slower league and this and this and that." What I see him do in the Bundesliga, I'm like, okay, if this brother was still at Liverpool and we was playing them, bro, yeah, it would have been problems for us. But honestly, bro, if your board chose Iriola without interviewing other managers, bro, they better hope they better hope and pray it works out. Hope and pray it works out, bro. Because if it don't work out, it's gonna be long, bro. Cause you saw what happened with us, bro. We saw what happened with me and King. Our club kept managers that didn't know what the heck they were doing. And to be fair, get rid of Maresca was a mistake, right? And keeping a PE teacher and another PE teacher. So you see how difficult it got for us. So it's long, isn't it? It's long. That's all I'm gonna say on that, bro. It's long and yeah.
I completely hear you guys' perspective on that. I did want to get your guys' thoughts on Kanate leaving for free. Do you think that will be a miss, or do you think he's easily replaceable in the Liverpool squad?
Honestly, bro, like he wasn't really here most of the season, bro. He was already daydreaming about Madrid, so I don't think y'all would miss him unless y'all could convince him to stay. But he wants to leave, yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Yeah, you got to think about the future, man, and he doesn't want to be there.
Yes, man. King. I take Kanate at Barcelona. Fair enough, Lewis. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. Would any of you guys take Kanate at your clubs? I've seen him
Hell
being with Chelsea quite a bit.
What I will say about the whole thing, right? Your board, well, your sporting directors have been really poor. Because how many players are just walking out your club for free and you're not making money?
A lot, man. A lot.
And some really high. You could have made a lot of money on some of these players. Look how much
Yep.
money you could have made on Trent and Salah alone.
Mm.
So that's something that they needs to be looked into. Really, if I was your ownership. Yeah, it's good. You do need to get rid of him. I agree with Rasta, but you need to make sure you're replacing them with actual adequate quality that's going to improve your squad and get better as the years go on. So it's good, but it all depends on who you're signing to replace him.
Yeah. Definitely, man. Definitely. So I don't remember asking you guys this, but obviously our season's gone completely pear-shaped. But did you guys have Liverpool going back to back this season after the window we had, or no?
I thought potentially you guys could have, but then obviously I was saying here it was going to be City after that. I just thought Pep would actually come right and win the league again.
Hey, man. I hear that. Rasta King, did you guys think we'd go back to back this year? Or?
Yeah, I thought you would have, but I think it was, as I said, it was a mistake not bringing in centre backs and replacing the left wing. So for me, every team after the summer, for me, made mistakes. You could tell every team had positions where they could have done something to fix it up. Both you and Arsenal had the left wing position. City had a bunch of places that they were weak in. They fixed their problems in January and they nearly won the title. But Arsenal, did it in the end. So, yeah, I thought you could have gone back to back. But as I said, the biggest mistake you made was not bringing Guehi in and waiting too long to do that deal. If you do that deal, then maybe you have a better half of the season, because then when Konate's thinking Hala Madrid, you can take him off and put Guehi on. and then in January maybe even look to move him on because you have Guehi. But yeah, I think I thought you were gonna go back to back, but then over the course of the season it looked less and less likely, and it looked like your frailties at the back were the biggest reasons. For me, the only transfer that I thought was a bit of a mistake was Wirtz, because I think you could have used that money on the defense instead. I don't think I've never seen Liverpool play with a 10.
Not
I've
since
never seen that.
Coutinho was the last time.
Yeah. So I always thought, why do you need him? You needed the left wing and you needed centre back. So if you put that money to get, let's say, for example, a Liao, Wehi, and another centre back, you probably could have gone back to back. But yeah. So for me, I think I never saw a problem with the money spent on Isaac and Ekitike because of RIP Jota, obviously, and what's his name, Nunes going. You had to replace them both, and you replaced them with better. So those two were good moves. But as I said, your left wing and centre back situation was never addressed. So I thought you were going to go back to back, but it didn't turn out. And the reasons why you didn't go back to back was the same reasons that I thought, that you overspent on Van Dijk and Salah. You didn't have a backup right wing. You didn't get a starter left wing, and you didn't sort out your centre backs. And that's the reason why you didn't win the title this year.
Completely hear that, King. Completely. Rasta, did you have Liverpool going back this year?
Man, listen, I was nervous. First of all, I was fuming that y'all got 20 titles. I can't say 20 times no more. I wanted y'all to fail so bad. And bro, RIP to Jota, you know what I mean, and his brother. But honestly, I felt like y'all should have got rid of Van Dijk and Mo Salah because they passed their prime. And this is not me taking shots or nothing like that, but I feel like you guys needed new legs in there,
Mm.
because the money y'all gave Van Dyke and Salah, bro, could use that money elsewhere. Could have said no, thank you for the titles, whatever. We're gonna try something new, have some fresh ideas, etc., etc. But bro, listen, they won you the title. Congratulations on that. But I was very worried and concerned that you guys were gonna get 21, and I don't want you guys to get 21 before me. But now with this Iriola business, I think it might take some time for y'all to start gelling like a team. But as of right now, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's difficult to say because Iriola at the Cherries and Iriola at Liverpool, you don't know what that's like. You don't know if the players are going to adapt to him, want to learn to play his system, or whatever, bro. So everything could fall apart and capitulate, and then boom, you get a new manager again. So, bro, as of right now, man, I'll say just take it day by day, bro, because it's gonna be long.
I completely hear
Gonna
that.
be long. Yeah.
No one's offered to buy Salah yet, Lewis. He's still a free agent currently. It'll be interesting seeing where he does go though. Big up Gavin. Hope you're well, man. Big up yourself. I'm
Big up,
honestly,
Gavin.
guys, I was finding it very hard to be positive going into next season with Slot here. Now that he's gone, that's the important thing for me. We can look to go forward now. I feel Iriola's a risk, but I think it's a risk we have to take. He's probably one of the best. I wouldn't say he's not my number one pick. You guys know who my number one pick is, but if he's the one, I back him to succeed, and I will try and get behind him, of course. But I'm certainly more positive now going into next season and the window. I can actually look forward now and think, okay, what players can we bring in now for the next coach, whoever it is, if it's Iriola or if it's someone else, to push on and get back to where we need to be, man. Definitely. But yeah, so the Slot news broke at it was around yesterday afternoon at some point. It caught me by surprise. I'm sure it caught a lot of other people by surprise as well. But it's happened. We'll have to see what happens across the rest of the week now with this. We'll see when the new manager gets announced and what happens. But the important thing is, Liverpool fans can breathe a sigh of relief at Slot being fired and no longer being here. Did we not bid 150 million for him last year? I thought we did. Oh, yeah, last year, yeah, but he got rejected. Luis Gomez. Big up to SSB, man. Big up. It's nice to see someone new in. Big up. But yeah, guys, I guess we've discussed the slot news and the Liverpool news and the Real and everything. It'll be interesting to see where that goes. I guess we'll move on to the Champions League final, guys. Probably the talking point of the day. Paris Saint-Germain versus Arsenal. Does anyone want to start with this, King? Have asked anyone?
To be fair, I'm just gonna be as honest as I possibly can because I feel like that's all I can do is be completely honest. Bro, I watched that game when Arsenal scored. I said, okay, go get the second goal. I'm just there watching and watching. I'm watching. I'm like, okay, are they just gonna sit back and just try to win by 1-0 because it's either PSG is gonna get a chance to score. Hello.
Sorry, Arsenal. I was just responding to a comment. No, Arsenal fans shouldn't be proud. We had a potential of 3 trophies and we lost. We fucked up in 2 finals. We shouldn't be proud.
And I felt like they were just sitting back and just trying to win the game off 1-0. And I'm like in my head, just start attacking. And I literally dozed off. When I woke back up, I saw PSG equalize, and when I rolled back to see how they scored, it was a penalty. When I looked at the penalty, bro, I felt like it wasn't a pen because I'm like, if that was in the Premier League, that wouldn't have been given as a pen. But like I was in Europe, league rules and European rules are different. Whatever, but referees are going to be referees. You see, man. So I say, even in the Premier League and across Europe, the refereeing rules needs to change. But I'm not going to stay long on that. I felt like the fact that PSG took off their best attackers, that was the moment for Arsenal to go in for the kill, because Vitinha could have finished that game if his shot went across. Well, but it missed and went over the bar. But honestly, guys, Arsenal players should have showed up some individual brilliance and try to win the game. But I feel like in Arsenal, there's not much players you can really rely on for individual brilliances, bro, because this was the moment to shut everybody up, and they failed to do so. And I did say this. Even when we was talking about it in weeks past, if it goes to penalties, it's going to be a problem. And it went to penalties. And yeah, we all know what happened next. But for me, bro, I just felt like that game was complete shit. Not going to lie, I literally fell asleep watching that. For like a good 15 minutes, I dozed off. Because I'm like, bro, who's gonna go in for the kill? And yeah.
I hear you, Asta. I agree with you. I felt it was a very poor game. I expected a lot more from Paris Saint-Germain. Arsenal, you can see they went into the game with that plan of we're going to sit back, absorb it, and I don't know if they were trying to play for penalties, but it looked like they were set up defensively. I do think Arsenal were good first half. Second half, I think Paris Saint-Germain came out a bit better, but I still don't think they were as threatening. I don't know who it was who gave the penalty away, but I think whoever it was is probably going to be
Mascara. Just for a tiny glove legs. It wasn't a pen, let's be real, but
yeah,
that's karma for a lot of the wrong that we have got away with in the Prem. Let's be real.
I hear it, man. But
you know that referee's a PSG fan, right? If you look at his social media, the cunt is a PSG fan, so that's a bit suspect. So that 115 oil Arab money was paid at half time.
completely hear that, man.
Well, I've
Completely.
got to say, I will give Arsenal credit because I've never seen a game where Kvaratskhelia and Vitinha are so quiet. And I will give Arteta credit on that. I don't know how he managed to find a way of doing it, but that was probably the most quiet I've seen those two in the last 2 years. Arsenal are quite cowardly in a lot of ways because we weren't really threatening towards their goal until, apart from the one goal we did score. That penalty did shift the momentum in their favour, and I don't think Arsenal quite recovered from that. And then when Madueke went down, which wasn't a pen either, that one, that really got in their heads, and they went back. I don't know, he can fuck off with his Spinaroonie down the lane, let it all work out down there. Just Lewis Skelly, I have to say, I give a lot of credit to. That kid really did play out of his skin last night. He was brilliant. Probably the only one that could hold his head up out of the Arsenal players. I'll give Havertz credit. That wasn't a bad goal. He did well. But that was the only clear-cut chance I actually properly can recall from Arsenal throughout the game. PSG were poor, but it is what it is, how it went. I don't really got much more to say.
Well, if I could ask you, how would you have approached the game if you were the manager? What would you have done differently?
I said with the second half, I would have definitely made the changes around the 55th, 60th minute for Gyökeres and Eze. And would have really, really put pressure on Marquinhos and the rest of their back line with Gyökeres, because he will actually occupy defence and bully them, and has more strength to hold up the ball compared to Havertz, where he kept falling over every time. Gyökeres will be a bit of a bull and bump into players and push them around. And if he actually has a chance of having a shot at goal early on instead of the one chance he did have late on, he may have actually done something.
I hear that, Bo. I hear that. King, do you have any thoughts on the Champions League final? The hell?
They
Sorry, I
don't
don't know
want me
what
to.
happened
They don't want me to tell the truth. Honestly, let's go through every situation. The first goal hits off Trossard's arms, whether it be accidental or not. Normally those should be given, because it led to a goal scoring opportunity. Brilliant finish by Havertz. I think that's the only good thing he did all game. Honestly, he shouldn't have started. In my opinion, I said that if Arsenal wanted to win, I think they should have started Gyökeres and they should have started Eze in midfield instead of Odegaard. I think it was very cowardly from Arteta in that sense. First half, nothing. After that, nothing really happened. Um, PSG probably could have got a penalty early on in that first half because Saka thought he was playing another sport. He decided to play basketball, but that wasn't given. For me, Lewis Kelly was man of the match for Arsenal, but the dive that he did during that game was disgusting, and I don't want to see him do that again because I think he's too good of a player to be diving like that. In my honest opinion, I think some of the things that Arsenal players were doing on the day, as much as it's dark arts, it was to a next level, to the point where at half time they had a corner. Saka took so long on that corner that the ref had to blow it for half time because he was wasting time when they didn't have time. And that was another thing that Arsenal were doing throughout that first half, was wasting time any chance they got. Second half, not so much better. I think for me, the problem with this game was it was Arsenal who were very good defensively, wasting time and doing what they needed to do after they got that first goal. PSG were just playing side to side, boring football for me for the most part. And I think PSG were lackluster. They had run out of ideas. I think the good thing about Arsenal is that they were defensively solid. They didn't allow the wingers to be able to play. As Vigilante said, KK, Doué, Dembele, they were non-existent for most of the game. Do I think the penalty was a penalty? For me, it was. Mascara had a yellow card already. He should have got a second yellow and sent off, but the ref didn't do that. Also, the Madueke dive, that wasn't a penalty for me personally. Also, what else? There was another handball that happened in the box as well that could have been given, but it is what it is. for me, the referee for the most part was too happy in giving cards and slowing the game down. I think he was
Only
part of
two
the problem.
Arsenal players. That was a bit weird, wasn't it? Only Arsenal
Yeah,
players were getting these yellows. No PSG
yeah,
player. Zhao never should have been sent off before half time. He
Mm.
dived at least 8 times in that first half.
yeah. What team does Desio support?
Bayern Munich, I think.
I'm wearing a Dortmund top and a PSG hat. I don't care. They're not English teams. Anyway, what was I saying before? In the second half, outside of that penalty, I don't think PSG were gonna score. Me personally, I thought Arsenal were gonna win it at halftime, honestly, because
So
I
did I.
think defensively they were so solid that they weren't giving PSG anything. And then after that, the only thing I would have said that Arsenal probably needed to do, and I think this was the thing that Arteta missed the trick, is that he should have had a couple counter punches. There should have been a couple opportunities where he tried to counter. For me, you can be defensive, but you have to give them something to worry about on the other end. Go long a couple times. Bring in your Corez, bring in Eze, and go long, and make them have to run towards their own goal. Because if you get that second goal, even before the penalty, then it's game over. Because once it goes to 2-0, I don't think PSG are coming back because I don't think they had it in them. Me personally. Extra time was non existent. And then the penalties, for me, Raya was terrible when it came to saving the penalties. He dived way too early.
I told you, didn't I?
Yeah, way too
Dived a
early.
year early.
Yeah. And the two penalties that were missed for Arsenal was because of stupid run-ups. I don't know what Madueke was doing. The little
There was
it
Eze.
wasn't no, yeah, oh yeah, Eze. Yeah. That little run-up he did. For me, that's not what you do. And the other thing I would say is a centre back shouldn't be taking a fifth penalty. That
No,
should never be the case.
it was Zubimendi or Madueke should have stepped forward.
Yeah.
Because I think, right, sorry to cut across you, that penalty shootout, we were actually in the better position for it, I feel.
Yeah.
Because you look at their team, Vitinha was off, Kvaratskhelia was off, Dembele was off, so there's three of their main takers already. Their captain was off, Marquinhos. So the leader was off. So it was more in Arsenal's favour. And obviously with two shit keepers, when it comes to penalties, we're not going to do much in that situation.
Yeah.
I agree with both of you guys. I think defensively, I think Arsenal were very good first half. But again, Paris Saint-Germain had all the ball, but they didn't do much with it, like King said. I think they had about 75% of the ball to Arsenal, 25, something like that. But they didn't do much with it. I felt with the ball, without the ball. While Arsenal, in Arsenal's case, without the ball, they were they were quite comfortable. I just felt PSG had an off day. I really do. I feel if Arsenal maybe were a bit braver.
If we actually played with the ball and didn't just keep picking it away every time we dispossessed PSG, we could have actually maybe done more in the game.
Yeah, because
one thing I would have done. One thing I would have done.
Chance at 1-0. Well, to make it 2-0 and you took a sit touch or something. Sure you did.
But one thing I would have done is taken Saka off because Saka was terrible, and then thrown Dalman on for the last at least 20 minutes.
Yeah.
With that energy and his age, he would have just been fearless in that situation.
I hear it, AJ. Ooh, yeah, potentially everything sports you could maybe make an argument they were, but when it goes to penalties,
I don't think there was a better team, to be honest with you. I just think both teams. I think Arsenal defensively was solid, but they had nothing going forward, and I think that's the problem, that they didn't allow for PSG to have any worries during that second half. You need a counter punch. You can't. You can park the bus, but you need a counter punch so that there's some times where you think, okay, there's something that you can do in return. For example, Chelsea versus Man City at a final, right? The reason we won that is because we had a counter punch. There was one opportunity. There was a couple opportunities we had. We did make one of them in terms of Havertz getting around the keeper, but you need a counter punch. You can't just defend for 80 minutes. You have to at least have some attacks going of the way, something that they're scared of or they're afraid of. And I think if Arsenal want to elevate to the next level, they need to improve their wingers. They need to do it. They need to sell Madueke, Trossard, Martinelli, and need to get better wingers that can, if they're gonna play this style, run in behind and create chances. And they need to use Gyökeres more than Havertz, because for me, Havertz outside of that shot did nothing. And Gyökeres, at least he tried to kind of bully the defenders and tried to run in behind when he got on the pitch, but he had no help with him.
I hear that. So Desio asks the question here. You think this Paris
Fuck
Saint-Germain?
no. Fuck no. They need oil money, 115 shit to get anywhere. So no.
What was the
I'd
Bayern
go
2020 team, player for
the one
player?
with Flick when they won the Champions
Just
League.
any player, any team, any Bayern team is better because PSG need oil money. They can't build a team legitimately. So
I will never look down on the team with royal money because that's what we did. But let me look player for player. They have Bayern have the better goalkeeper. I would say they have the better defense. Midfield is a bit 50-50. You can go either way. And I'd say PSG would have to have the better attack.
I hear that. Can we discuss the Paris Saint-Germain goalkeeper though, guys? Because I can't lie. I think that's a position they need to strengthen in the summer because that PSG goalkeeper he is
when they
shocking.
sold Donnarumma, I saw one. You haven't seen the other keeper prophet, Chevalier. He's even worse.
That is
He's
mad.
just a suspect. He's terrible.
Yeah.
Because when I saw him for 20 minutes and I was like, why the hell did they sell Donnarumma? It took me 20 minutes and I could see what that guy could do, which is fuck all. Sorry to swear, but he's not good. Chevalier is worse than the one they had in last night.
Yeah. They need a goalkeeper and a natural number 9. In terms of goalkeeper, they should look at Porto's Diego Costa. Because he can pass out the back, but he can save as well. I think that would be an upgrade. They also need to look at their centre back situation. Because outside of Pacho and Marquinhos, they don't really have a lot of depth in that position. And I think Marquinhos is starting to get on a little bit as well.
Someone who they should have maybe looked at is, this might sound mad to some people, but Emi Martinez.
It's a good shout.
Yeah, that would have been a good option for them. Yeah, definitely.
Colball. I keep hearing a lot about Colball lately. I haven't watched much of him, so I can't really comment on that.
Yeah, same man.
It's a cool way to lose penalties, man. It could have gone either way, Loki. It really could have gone either way. So.
I knew when it was Raya in goal how it goes, because if you watch during the run up, he dives before the player kicks the ball. It's the easiest thing in the world to take penalties against Dora the Explorer. And that's a position Arsenal do need to strengthen in and actually move him on next season, I feel. Because all he's really good at is close range stuff and claiming the ball here and there. But long range shots, he's shit. Penalties, he's shit. Free kicks, he's shit. Like, look at one of the free kicks PSG had last night. He set a 2-man wall up just outside the box. What goalkeeper's doing that in a final? That says it all. Like, I really do think David Raya needs moving on. Only Saliba.
No, Gabriel would.
Not that fraud, Gabriel. He can fuck off as well.
I think he was one of the best players on the. For me, I think he was the best player on the pitch defensively.
He's a bitch.
Why? What? Because the missed penalty.
No, he's just a bitch. Like, look at what he does all in games. He fouls players all the time. And then that last night just proves he's not a big game player. And if you look at before the game, he was rattled. You know, when they were showing the players lined up,
yeah,
he was hyperventilating. He was panicking.
Oh shit! Wow.
He was the only one who was panicking. Lewis Skelly was head up high, chest pumped out. Whereas a year ago, he was the one who looked a bit like shook due to his age in a massive environment.
I hear you, man. Rasta, how about yourself, man? When you saw it go to penalties, what did you think was going to happen?
Can't hear you, bro.
Are you there, Rasta?
He unmuted, so
Alright, we'll let him get in when he does, guys. Apologies.
Hold
You,
on.
oh, there he is. There he is. Yeah.
I can't hear you, Rasta.
We'll let him get back in, guys. Are you on about Courtois night, Tom Kid? Are you on about Thibaut Courtois? Is that you on
He's a
about?
bit old now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's getting on. He's only got maybe 2 years left at the max, so yeah, you
No,
probably
he's
look
got
at.
way more than that. How old is Courtois? He's young.
He's the same age as Allison, isn't he? He's 33, 34.
34. Yeah, he's got at least 4 or 5 years in him.
Fair enough, yeah.
I think Allison's even got 3 or 4 years in him. I think Allison, like at the top, goalkeepers can last long. I think Allison could last you a couple years if
Yeah.
you're being honest. It's just Allison is a bit more injury prone. I don't know if Courtois is injury prone as well.
He's picked up one or two, but I don't think he's as injury prone as Allison is. No.
Yeah, that's the only thing that Allison's letting him
I
down
don't
is
think
that
he
he's
leaves
picked up
Madrid
too many
either,
injuries.
Yeah.
And that's something that's not good, Huck. A goalkeeper that's injury prone.
Yeah, it's not good, man.
Yeah.
Especially if it's your number one as well.
And he's a very good goalkeeper as well. To be that injury prone is a bit concerning, that is.
Yeah, for sure. You there, Rasta, now? Well, or not?
Still can't hear you, Rasta.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, then, guys. I think he's having audio issues or something. It makes me laugh how much PSG fans now. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Solo P1. I'm sorry.
I think it means how many PSG fans that have appeared since last night.
Oh, yeah, I hear it. Well, they're like City, man. They don't have much fans either. So
No, they have real fans. They do.
They do.
They have
They,
ultras.
do they?
yeah, they've got real fans.
They
If
got
you've got
proper fans about it.
ultras, you've got real fans.
Yeah,
Not gonna
bro.
lie.
Them man, if they mess up, them man come to your, come to the stadium. They go to the training ground.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
they got proper. Like they shut down Paris after they won. You could see the videos. They were scrapping the police and that.
That is crazy, man. That is actually crazy. I hear you, Desio. I hear you, man. Yeah, Mascara will definitely be kicking himself, but I don't think it was a penalty. Regardless, I think it was a bit soft.
It's a tangle legs.
Guys, can you hear me now?
You can hear you
Yeah,
now,
we
yeah.
can hear you now. No, we can't. Oh, he's staying quiet.
You guys can hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah,
hear you.
no, yeah.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah,
hear you.
I don't know what the heck happened, bro. I just went in the elevator and I couldn't hear nothing from you guys from my earpiece. So I'm thinking it's something wrong with my earpiece. But what was the question? I asked the question again. What was the question?
When it went to penalties, which way did you see it going?
Bro, it was sudden death. 50-50. Because I said this. PSG goalkeeper is shit. That guy is shit. And I'm like, they had a goalkeeper with Donnarumma and they got rid of him. And I'm like, it's sudden death. So did he save any penalties? Let's be honest. He didn't really do nothing much. David Raya actually saved a penalty. So, bro, it was sudden death, bro. 50-50. 50-50.
I hear it, man. Is that true, Night Tom Kid? Wow. Alright, if that is true, RIP, of course, man. That's terrible news. That is mad. I hear you, Solo P1. But as from a Paris Saint-Germain perspective, guys, they've now gone from having no Champions League to at least having 2 back-to-back Champions Leagues in a row. So, what have we made of Enrique and what he's done at Paris Saint-Germain? Because it's really impressive, isn't it?
Impressive, bro.
Yeah.
Impressive, bro. Like, it shows you the notion of, it takes time. Bro, listen. Yes and no, because he had the backing from the ownership. They spend money, got rid of Ninja Turtle. Feel me? Got rid of Ninja Turtle. And they've done it, bro. They've done it. Not once, but twice. Can they do it a third time? I don't know, but Impressive thus far. PSG is officially the biggest club in Paris.
Oh yeah, yeah. Uh, big up to kick off Michael for the raid. Big up, man.
They
Big
got
up yourself.
Michael.
Big up, man. Make sure you do sub as well to Michael, guys. Um, yeah, King. What do you make of Enrique and Paris Saint-Germain? I think he's done incredible over there. I can't lie.
The one thing they've wanted to win is the Champions League, and then they've done it back to back. This is Enrique's third Champions League. He's done 2 trebles. He's won 6 in a year. He's done it all as a manager. I think he's one of the best in the world. Probably number one right now. Since Pep is you know, incognito where he's not doing. I think he is the best manager in the world currently as we speak, and yeah, he's shown he can do it whatever way you want it. If you want to play good football, he can play good football. If you want to go rough, he can go rough. If you want to go against any type of team, regardless, he's done it. And to win the Champions League back to back, um, and also to have the balls to let go of Mbappe, one of the best players in the world, and then build it his way, and to bring in the kind of talent that they did, because they've been trying to do this for years. They've been spending money like nobody's business for years, and they never came close. They've had multiple managers, even got to the final with Tuchel. They've had some of the better managers, and he was the first man to build a team, to build a squad. And for me, um, yeah, he's done amazing things. I think he moves on in the future, maybe tries to conquer England at some point. So I think when he leaves PSG, he goes to England, maybe then even finishes off in Italy. I think wherever he goes next, he will win and dominate. And I think out of the Pep disciples, he's the best one for
Easily,
me.
100%.
And he's number one. He's the number one manager.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
and when it comes to PSG winning 3 times Champions Leagues in a row, I think it's very possible, because if you look
Definitely.
around Europe, there's very few teams that can stop them. Maybe
100%.
Arsenal if they upgrade in a couple places. Maybe Barcelona if they upgrade the defense. Maybe Bayern Munich if they spend a little bit of money. But outside of those 3 clubs, I don't see anyone stopping him. I don't see Madrid doing it. I don't see Liverpool doing it unless Areola has a miracle. I don't see City with what's his name, Maresca being the winning Champions League first season out. So there's only really 3 teams that can stop him, and those 3 teams, he's beat them all already, and I think can do it again. So he may even go 4 in a row. Who knows?
10 Steve, man.
And also the one thing about PSG is they're ambitious. They will spend the money when need be, and whatever he wants, he gets. So that level of ambition, to have those type of owners and to have that manager is, and having a good sporting director as well. Finally, actually using the French talent. If you look at it, they're finally using the French market, bringing in academy talent as well. They're finally kind of cooking with the wealth of talent that they could have had in their squad if they kind of went with this model earlier. They they would be unstoppable already, because if you look at it in terms of international teams, France are the best in the world at the moment, or one of the best in the world. So for me, the club reflects the international stage usually, and best club in France. France is the best international team right now, hand in hand, and you can see it.
I hear that, man.
It's very,
Certainly
very
exciting
hard to
times.
stop.
Certainly exciting times for Paris Saint-Germain. If Enrique leaves if Enrique leaves, who replaces him? Maybe Pep Desio at some point. If Pep wants to go over there, that could be one. Maybe Pep. But yeah, I see him in England at some point. I think he will.
Honestly, I see Pep going to like an international team. Honestly, that's just my thought. International team.
Night
Guys,
time.
him?
Yeah, you
Guys,
said
him?
international.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, what the heck's going on? Okay.
Yeah, the King is a Chelsea fan. Solo P1. King's a Chelsea fan, man.
Yeah. I wear other clubs' kits. I got AC Milan kits. I like AC Milan. I've got an Ajax kit. I've got Madrid stuff. What else have I got? I'm wearing a Dortmund kit. So yeah, I like other clubs. I'm a football
Yeah.
fan as well. It's not just every day just Chelsea. I'm not just It's not like life or death for me. Chelsea is my
Yeah,
main team, but I do appreciate other teams and I do appreciate PSG because they're a good fashion club for me.
I hear it. Yeah, Luis Enrique. Yeah, I would love to work in England one day. I think he will. AJ, I'm still not. I know you said AJ that he signed the deal, but I don't know. I'm not going to speculate on that. But I think he ends up at City. I can't lie. I can see him at City after Maresca. Maybe maybe Maresca does 2 years then, and they bring in Enrique. But yeah, I see him in England one day for sure. But Paris Saint Germain have won it back to back. They could do it 3 times in a row next year. They could. Depends who's there to stop them. Um, imagine PSG lost his final. Enrique might have slapped another player like he did last summer. Yeah, potentially, man. Commiserations to Arsenal, man. Condolences to Arsenal supporters. It was a cruel way to lose. Paris Saint Germain champions again, I suppose. And yeah, man. I think that's all discussed about the Champions League final. Is there anything else to discuss, guys, or is that it? Did anything else happen over the weekend other than the final and the slot news?
In the men's game, not really. There's rumors about certain players.
Okay, which rumors are those, King? Is it anything interesting?
Obviously you asked about Kanate. Would I take him at Chelsea? Yes, if he's available. But I think he goes Europe.
Yeah.
There's couple rumors about Osman, maybe. Couple rumors about Jared Bowen. Couple rumors about other players we're linked to. But we'll see. We'll see.
Sure,
For
man.
me, I think I don't see any concrete transfer rumors until Ornstein or Fabrizio says something. But
definitely.
yeah. There's rumors, but that's about it. That's the couple players I've heard. Oh, apparently there was a one source that said Adam Wharton signed the deal for Chelsea. It may be fake, it may be real. Who knows?
I hear that. Big up to the is it City or United, AJ, that won that? Big up to whichever Manchester club won the FA Cup. Big up to the women's team there. They've done.
Oh yeah,
City,
that happened today.
City, big up, man. Big up to
yesterday.
them doing the double. Clive's happy as well with the start news, but yeah, I hear that solo people, and it's all good, man. It's all good. Enrique, before you, Sean.
Oh, there was the World Sevens for the women's as well. Chelsea won that. It was a good tournament. I want the men to do that. The World Sevens. It was fun.
I hear that. I think this one's for you here, for King from AJ. Whatever. I'm not sure who that is.
You know what's hilarious about that? They did for one of the entrances for the thing, they did the hair pull moment. So if Katie McCabe is coming to Chelsea, that's funny. Yeah, she's got a couple people she has to have a conversation with. She's a good player. She is a quality player, so I wouldn't mind. I'm honest with you, but I need a striker. We missed out on Bunny Shaw, so in terms of the women's team, I need a striker. Because we lost Sam Kerr, so we need to get some finishing.
Hear you, man. I hear you. You know what? I think that might be Rasta Ridge. Is there anything else you guys want to discuss about tonight? Or
I'm pretty good, to be fair. I'm pretty good, bro, because I'm like, bro, I have an annoying assignment, so I'm good, man. I'm good. But all I gotta say is to the man them that's watching us week in and week out, and those that are new, thank you for joining us. Always, bless up to you guys. Bosh.
Vid, is there anything you want to discuss before we close out? Or
No. No.
okay. All right then, guys. We're gonna call it a night. Obviously, this has been a short stream, but not much happened over the weekend, other than the final and the slot news. So we've discussed that. We will be back on Tuesday, of course, for the full-time vibes, and then next weekend for the weekend roundup on Ridge's channel. And big up, man. Big up to you all. Big up AJ, man. Big up, man. You know, we appreciate all the love and support you give, as we appreciate all the other people in the chat as well. Big up to every single one of you. So yeah, guys, is there anything coming up that you want to tell the people about before we wrap it up this week?
For me, Wednesday. Wednesday, I have United talk with Bray and two United fans that's in London. And I guess Thursday stream with the Mandem. Other than that, that's it really for me, to be fair. Just those two things.
Fair enough, man. King, have you got anything coming up this week?
Not really. Like, cause full time vibes. I'm trying to get it. I want to do the NBA finals before the World Cup. So NBA finals week starts Thursday morning, early morning. So I'll probably do the NBA finals, Formula One next weekend as well. So that should be fun. There's not really any football till the World Cup, and maybe some international friendlies. See what games are about. I might do a couple, and then if any more news comes out, anything major, might do a couple shows over the week. We'll see.
All right. Well, Vig, is there anything you got coming up this week?
No.
No. All right then, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna shout everyone out before we head off, man. Big up to you all. Big up to Natasha. Big up to AJ. Big up to Danchum. Big up Suge. Big up to Nighttime Kid. Big up to Mr. Joshy J. Big up to Luis Gomez. Big up to Clive. Big up to AFC always. Make sure you get home safe, man. Big up yourself. Big up Gavin. Big up SSB. Big up to the Woodmaster. Big up to Everything Sports, man. Make sure you do sub to Everything Sports, guys. Big up to Desi or Football. Big up to Solo P1, guys. Make sure you sub to Solo P1 as well, man. And big up to Kickoff Michael, guys. Make sure you sub to Michael as well. Did Germany win in what, Clive? I'm not sure. You're gonna have to be specific in what.
Oh, they had an international friendly today. Let me check for you.
All right, let's do that.
Did Germany win? They won. Yeah, they won 4-0 against Finland.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, USA beat Senegal 3-2.
Oh, interesting. So yeah, Clive,
What
looks like they
else?
won.
Ecuador
4-0.
beat Saudi Arabia. Mexico beat Australia. Switzerland beat Jordan. Brazil beat Panama. Yeah. So some international friendlies today. Or yesterday,
Yeah, man.
technically.
Yeah, man. So yeah, that's just for this weekend, guys. We'll be back on Tuesday, Thursday, and then next Sunday as well. We appreciate all of you, man. Big up to my brothers, Vidge, Rasta, and King. Make sure you do sub to everyone on the panel. Big up to you in the chat again, guys. We appreciate you locking in with us week in, week out. And yeah, we are the Fellowship of the Realist, and we are out, people. We will speak to you soon. In a bit. Peace. We're out. Speak to you soon.